I want to speak a little bit about the JDF and what the role of the JDF is in this operation. If we use an analogy of the body, ODPEM would be the brain of the operation. Or let's put it this way, ODPEM is the eyes and ears. But the hands and legs would be the JDF. They do the logistics. In the initial phase of the response, the JDF flew 600 hours of missions, 193 missions, and that would include search and rescue, medevac, delivery of aid, all kinds of operations. Just to say that I don't think the JDF gets all the recognition it deserves and the value of the service they give. I tell the story of a frantic call being made to me. I received it, and on the end of the line was MP James Robertson saying to me that there is a man stuck in the middle of a river, and he's apparently been there for a few days. His legs, one of his leg appeared to be broken, and he's not moving. We had to get proper coordinates, and the JDF flew and rescued him. That, of course, didn't make the news. That's one of many rescues that were done. So the JDF plays a very critical role in giving the capability to the plans that the government lays. Now, just to say, the JDF has just under 8,000 members. And it has deployed more than 2,000 in the direct operations of the disaster relief. Aside from the missions to deliver by air and by sea, by the way, because they have done delivery of packages by the Coast Guard, over 10,000 packages they have delivered. In addition to that, they manage the stores of some of ODPEM's donations and others that are given into the general donation pool. They do the packaging. They do the delivery to what we call the hub and spokes. So they have established several centers, several hubs, you would call them, where goods are moved from the main warehouse to those areas, and then they have some additional substations, if you want to call them, where the goods are moved to them, and then they move into the community. So they have established an effective supply chain, and they are providing security for the convoys, they are providing security for the communities, and they are actually out there delivering packages. But this cannot continue forever or for much longer. We will transition very shortly, and I want to prepare the public for the transition that will happen. The JDF will maintain the hub and spoke operation, that is moving supplies from the main warehouse to the substations all around the country. But it won't be so much a focus on the humanitarian food and care packages. They will have to shift now to the distribution of construction and repair and rebuilding materials. And they will also have to shift from giving out packages to helping in the reconstruction and rebuilding of critical public infrastructure, and indeed to assist private individuals who are elderly or infirm or otherwise unable to do so themselves. But before they can do that, the engineering corps has been called back to fix up their own barracks and camp facilities because the JDF also was impacted. So as soon as they have repaired their own installations, then we will be repurposing almost the operations of the JDF to be moving in now the building materials and to help in communities to do reconstruction. This is necessary because you would have heard President Ali and Prime Minister Motley and others saying, hey, we want to send members of our engineering corps here to assist in the rebuilding. So we definitely must have a complementary corps to support those activities. And other countries, which we are in dialogue with, will be sending members of their engineering team. So very soon you're going to see a full deployment of the JDF along with other engineering corps from other countries coming to assist us with the rebuilding of critical public institutions and to assist the infirm and the vulnerable in rebuilding private facilities. This is necessary to be done because after a while it becomes very costly to be using the resources of the JDF to be delivering packages. But there is a reality which the communities that are affected should start to bear in mind, and indeed the wider Jamaica. In the initial phase of the disaster, you would have seen an influx of NGOs, concerned persons, concerned Jamaicans coming in to give. You see it all on social media, everybody handing out packages and so forth. In another couple of days, you're going to see that dry up. Some are going to return. That they have been here so long is quite exceptional. You know, some do have staying power. They will stay with us for a little longer, but it is going to taper off, and which is why the government had to strategically build out a system that could endure and last and be able to continue to deliver even when you know, private and NGO philanthropy dries up. So, you know, we are very appreciative of everything that has been donated and given so far, and at this point I'd acknowledge Ramesh and indeed the wider entertainment community that has come out and given. I think they should be commended and lauded, and indeed I'm encouraging them to continue as long as possible to give. It's necessary and well respected and appreciated. But we also know that as in any disaster, after a while that dries up and the state has to have a standing facility to continue to provide the service. So it's necessary that we start that transitioning in anticipation of what is going to happen. And to facilitate that further, we're going to eventually move away from the distribution of packages to, first of all, a coupon or a card system once we get the shops and stores up and running. And then eventually that will be rolled into an augmented path program where persons who are in need of this kind of relief over an extended period of time can be supported seamlessly.